There is a moment right before everything changes. You are together, breathless, skin against skin. There is a heartbeat of time just before he comes close to you, when the whole world seems to pause. In that tiny moment, everything becomes quiet. And if you know how to embrace that moment, it can stay in his heart far longer than you ever imagine. Not only because of the physical connection, but because of the emotion that surrounds it. Not only because of that one night, but because of the memory he carries for years afterward. Real intimacy has never been only about the moment itself. It is about the feeling that builds before it. It is about how present you are, how deeply you allow yourself to be seen, desired, and understood. It is about the confidence you bring without trying to prove anything. Many people have been told that men only remember excitement or something new. That to become unforgettable, you have to be perfect, perform perfectly, or do something no one else has ever done. But that is not what reaches a man's heart. That is not what makes time seem to stop. What stays with him is something much quieter. It is the look in your eyes, the calm between two breaths, the silent understanding that needs no words. It is the feeling that both of you are completely present. When you stop trying to impress and simply invite him into the moment, everything changes. When your body quietly says, I trust this moment, while your confidence says, I know my own worth, that is what becomes unforgettable. Not because you offered your presence, but because you created a memory that felt rare, a pause that made him feel deeply valued, a quiet feeling that stayed with him long after everything else had faded. If you want to create a moment filled with anticipation and genuine emotion, one that continues to live in his memory, stay with me. There are 6 simple ideas that can transform those few quiet seconds into something he never forgets. Before we continue, think about this for a moment. Have you ever noticed how the smallest moments often become the biggest memories? Stay until the end, because each step builds on the one before it, and the final insight often surprises people the most. There is something timeless, deeply human, and quietly powerful about looking into someone's eyes. Especially in the quiet moment right before intimacy, when your bodies are already close, when your breathing has grown softer, when the only thing left is to let the moment unfold, that is when your eyes become your greatest strength. Looking into each other's eyes before everything else happens is not only about attraction, it is not a dramatic stare or something meant to impress. It is a connection, a silent message that says, I'm here with you, I'm present, I'm open, I'm completely in this moment. When you hold that gaze without quickly looking away, without breaking it with nervous laughter or uncertainty, the entire feeling between you begins to change. Most people rush through moments like this. They blink, they close their eyes too quickly. They miss the emotional connection, not because they are doing anything wrong, but because they have never learned how powerful it is to simply stay present. When you keep your eyes on his and remain calm, you tell him without saying a single word that he has your trust, your attention, and your full presence. That is where everything begins to feel different. Stay with me, because the next part explains why this simple moment often becomes the one people remember the longest. In that quiet gaze, you become unforgettable. You are no longer just sharing a physical experience, you are sharing a genuine emotional connection. You allow him to see the real you without hiding behind fear or uncertainty. That kind of openness carries a different kind of power. It reaches places words never can. It does not simply create excitement, it creates meaning. Through that look, you quietly say, this matters to me. I am fully here. I trust this moment enough to stay present. You also show confidence without needing to prove anything. That silent exchange speaks of vulnerability, strength, and quiet confidence all at once. It encourages him to lower his own walls. It invites him to become fully present too. Many men rarely experience that kind of emotional closeness. They may feel desired, they may feel appreciated, but feeling truly seen is much more uncommon. That is why a simple look can stay with someone for years. It offers something far deeper than appearance. It offers connection. It creates a memory that is difficult to explain but impossible to forget. So when that quiet moment arrives, do not hurry through it. Look at him, really see him. Let your expression soften. Let your eyes stay there for another second. Allow the silence to build instead of rushing to fill it. Sometimes the strongest memories are created in the smallest pauses. Keep watching because the next idea becomes even more meaningful. Words also carry incredible power. But not every word leaves the same impression. Right before emotions reach their highest point, when your hearts are beating faster and everything feels close, it is never about finding the perfect sentence. It is about choosing words that feel honest. Saying something softly and sincerely can become far more meaningful than speaking loudly or trying to impress. A quiet voice has a way of reaching someone's heart because it feels personal. It feels private. It feels like something meant for only one person. That is why gentle words spoken in that moment often stay in someone's memory long after the conversation ends. You never need a rehearsed line. You never need to sound perfect. What matters is honesty. It could be something as simple as, "I've never felt this close to anyone," or "I feel completely safe with you," or even, "I'm really happy to be here with you." The exact words are less important than the feeling behind them. Authenticity always speaks louder than performance. When someone hears words that are sincere, they do not simply hear them, they feel them. That creates emotional closeness in a way that cannot be forced. This is not about saying something shocking or dramatic. It is about sharing a real emotion without pretending. It quietly says, "This part of me is only for this moment, and I trust you enough to share it." That sense of exclusivity creates a powerful emotional connection. It allows both people to feel valued, respected, and understood at the same time. The most memorable conversations are rarely the loudest ones. They are often the softest, the ones spoken slowly, the ones wrapped in honesty instead of performance. Stay until the end, because the next idea builds on everything you have heard so far, and together they create a kind of connection that many people spend years searching for. But you are also guiding the energy between you. Your voice becomes the bridge between your emotions and your body. When it comes from a real place, he will remember every word. His breathing may change. His heartbeat may quicken. Not only because of desire, but because he feels emotionally connected. Timing matters more than most people realize. There is a brief moment when anticipation has already filled the room, when emotions are high and everything feels suspended in time. In that quiet space, your voice can become the spark that changes everything. Lean in gently. Let your closeness speak before your words do. Let the silence settle for a second before you quietly say what feels honest. Say what is real. Say what you would never say in an ordinary conversation. Speak from your heart instead of trying to impress. He may not remember every sentence, but he will remember the feeling your words created. He will remember the softness in your voice, the warmth of your presence, and the emotion that surrounded that moment. Never underestimate the power of sincerity spoken quietly. Sometimes the gentlest words leave the deepest mark. Let your voice become part of the memory instead of simply filling the silence. That is often the difference between an ordinary experience and one that stays with someone long after it has passed. Stay with me, because the next idea is even more surprising. Sometimes what you choose not to say becomes even more powerful than the words themselves. That quiet pause can create an emotional connection that people rarely forget. And the next insight explains exactly why. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is almost nothing at all. No long speeches, no dramatic movements, just quiet presence, just calm breathing. Before two people become completely connected, there is often a brief pause, a space that many people rush through without noticing. Yet that small pause can hold incredible emotional power when you allow it to exist. Most people think closeness is created through constant action. They believe every second must be filled with movement or conversation. But genuine connection often grows in silence. Slow breathing naturally calms both people. It creates a shared rhythm. It invites both hearts to slow down and become fully present. When you remain calm and let that quiet moment unfold, you create anticipation without forcing anything. Your presence becomes more meaningful because it feels intentional instead of hurried. You are saying without words, "There is no need to rush. I want to experience this moment fully." That sense of calm can make someone feel safe, valued, and emotionally connected all at once. Sometimes the smallest pause becomes the memory people return to years later. They may never explain why, but they remember exactly how it felt. So allow the silence to breathe. Let the moment unfold naturally. Resist the urge to hurry simply because the world teaches everyone to move faster. Some of life's deepest memories are created in moments where almost nothing happens on the outside, yet everything changes on the inside. Keep watching, because the final idea ties all of these moments together. In a world where everything moves quickly, choosing gentleness can be surprisingly powerful. One quiet gesture can completely change the feeling between two people. Taking someone's face gently in your hands while looking into their eyes is not about control, it is about care. It says, without speaking, I see you, I appreciate you, I am fully here with you. That simple action changes the energy from excitement alone into something warmer and more meaningful. Many people assume emotional connection comes naturally, yet it is often built through these small gestures that ask for nothing in return. Feeling truly seen is something many people quietly long for. When your attention is calm, steady, and genuine, the other person often feels accepted without needing to earn it. Your touch becomes reassuring instead of distracting. Your presence becomes the message. It gently brings both of you back into the present instead of allowing thoughts or worries to take over. There is no performance, no pressure, only a quiet reminder that this moment matters. Small gestures like these often become the memories that stay the longest because they communicate respect, trust, and emotional closeness all at once. The strongest connections are rarely built through grand displays. They are built through simple moments of kindness that feel completely real. Stay until the end, because the final piece brings everything together and reveals why these quiet moments often become the ones people remember for the rest of their lives. Hold the moment with softness, with grace, with quiet confidence. There is a deeper truth behind slowing everything down. It is not only about the other person, it is also about you. It is about giving yourself permission to truly feel the moment, to stay connected, to breathe instead of rushing ahead. It is reminding yourself that real closeness is never about seeking approval. It is about making a conscious choice. Your choice to be present, your choice to remain open, your choice to experience every second instead of letting it disappear. When someone feels that calm energy from you, when they notice your gentle touch, your steady presence, and your relaxed expression, something shifts inside them. They soften. They become more present. They remember how safe and genuine the moment felt. Many people rarely experience affection that carries patience and quiet care instead of urgency. They are used to excitement, but not always tenderness. That difference leaves a lasting impression. Sometimes the smallest gesture communicates more than 100 words ever could. So slow everything down. Let your attention remain fully there. Let the outside world disappear for a little while. There is no need to fill every second with conversation. Simply sharing a peaceful moment together can become the memory that lasts the longest. Keep watching, because the next idea explains why simple words, spoken with sincerity, often stay in someone's heart far longer than dramatic gestures ever do. There is something deeply personal about hearing your own name spoken by someone who truly cares about you. In an emotional moment, saying a person's name gently can create a feeling of closeness that is difficult to explain. Do not rush it. Do not treat it like an ordinary word. Say it naturally, with warmth and sincerity, as though it carries real meaning. That small detail makes everything feel more personal. It reminds the other person that they are not simply sharing a moment. They are sharing it with someone who truly sees them. Speaking a name with kindness creates an immediate sense of presence. It quietly says, I am here with you. I see you. You matter to me. Those simple words often reach much deeper than people expect. Many individuals go through relationships without ever feeling fully recognized for who they are beyond appearances or expectations. That is why genuine attention feels so powerful. It is never about performance, it is about connection. A calm voice, a sincere expression, and a person's name spoken with care can become one of the strongest emotional memories they carry. Long after details fade, people often remember how someone made them feel. They remember feeling accepted. They remember feeling understood. Stay until the end, because the final thought brings all of these ideas together in a way that changes how you see meaningful connection. If you truly want to create a moment that stays with someone for years, resist the urge to rush through it. Pause. Let the silence exist for a second longer than feels comfortable. In a world that constantly pushes everyone to move faster, choosing patience becomes surprisingly powerful. Many people believe the most memorable part of an experience is what happens next, yet very often it is the quiet pause before everything changes that stays in someone's mind the longest. That suspended moment holds anticipation, emotion, and possibility all at once. It allows both people to become fully aware of what they are sharing together. Confidence often looks quiet rather than loud. It appears in the willingness to slow down instead of speeding ahead. It appears in the comfort of simply being present without trying to force anything. Those calm seconds create emotional space where genuine connection can grow. People rarely remember every detail of an evening, but they almost always remember how they felt during its quietest moments. Those are the memories that remain vivid long after everything else fades. So do not be afraid of the pause. Let it breathe. Let it remind both of you that meaningful moments are never measured by speed. They are measured by presence. And sometimes the most unforgettable memories begin with nothing more than a single quiet second shared together. If this idea surprised you, stay for the next part, because the final lesson brings everything into one unforgettable picture. That single heartbeat where you pause and let him truly feel the moment can change everything. When you pause, you naturally slow the rhythm. You become the one setting the pace instead of simply following it. You create anticipation, calm, and a silence so powerful it seems to stop time itself. In that space, where every emotion is already alive, you resist the urge to rush, not because of uncertainty, but because you understand the value of presence. You let the silence speak. You allow the moment to breathe. A woman who knows how to pause never feels the need to prove herself. She does not hurry toward the ending. She appreciates the journey. She welcomes the emotional build instead of skipping past it. That quiet confidence is unforgettable. It shows patience. It shows self-respect. It shows that she is fully present instead of simply going through the motions. Here is something many people overlook. Someone may have shared countless intimate moments in life, yet only a few stay vivid forever. Why? Because most are rushed. Most follow the same pattern. Few create a feeling that truly touches the heart. But when you slow down, make eye contact, share a quiet breath, and simply stay there for a moment, everything feels different. The atmosphere changes. The connection becomes deeper. It quietly says, "This moment matters. I am choosing to be fully here with you." That transforms something ordinary into something meaningful. Stay with me, because the next idea brings all of these moments together in a way that many people never expect. Let's be honest for a moment. Physical attraction is everywhere. It fills movies, music, advertisements, and conversations. But genuine emotional closeness is much harder to find. That is what people truly remember. It is not only about appearance, it is about presence. It is about the way someone looks into your eyes and says nothing, yet somehow communicates everything. It is the quiet smile, the gentle voice, the calm confidence that makes another person feel completely seen. It is the small gestures that seem ordinary in the moment but become unforgettable later. A kind touch, a sincere compliment, a warm expression, a peaceful silence shared without discomfort. These moments stay with people because they create emotional safety instead of simply creating excitement. Real connection grows through patience, attention, and authenticity. That is what separates an ordinary experience from one that remains in someone's heart for years. If this resonates with you, keep watching, because the final thought may change the way you think about meaningful relationships forever. Here is your invitation. Stop believing that doing more always creates deeper connection. Sometimes less creates far more. Slow down, be intentional, allow yourself to be fully present instead of worrying about being perfect. Give your attention completely to the moment you are sharing. Let your confidence come from authenticity rather than performance. When you appreciate the quiet moments, the shared smiles, the calm pauses, and the simple conversations, you begin building memories that last much longer than dramatic gestures ever could. Real closeness grows through trust, patience, and genuine presence. It is never something that can be forced. The strongest impressions are often created by people who make others feel comfortable enough to simply be themselves. So, the next time life gives you a meaningful moment with someone you care about, do not hurry through it. Let it unfold naturally. Listen carefully. Stay present. Those few extra seconds may become the part they remember for years. If this message connected with you, let me know which idea stood out the most. Share your thoughts below. And if you enjoy thoughtful conversations about emotional connection, personal growth, and building stronger relationships, stay with us for more videos. The most memorable relationships are not built through perfect moments, they are built through real ones.